Hey guys, welcome back to the PS I Love You podcast. This episode is going to be episode 13, and in today's episode we are going to be talking about how to be yourself when everyone is telling you not to, or everyone likes you better when you're not yourself. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this, and I have some points, but I also just want to kind of put my own personal, thoughts on this, because I only know my own experience. Like I always say when I'm talking about subjects like these, I always say, like, these are my own personal experiences, my own thoughts. So, yes. So I want you guys to just pick and take what you take in from this video. So yeah, but let's start off with I kind of talked about this a little bit in my last video about originality and like is it cool to be like have your own originality but now this video is kind of just about being yourself. And a lot of people take things like there are counts or there's deadlines to do things, and yes, I think we take that at face value, like, okay, now it's like time to stop, having Christmas or having Halloween or like celebrating holidays because we're at a certain age where we should just be adults. But I think that, there's no harm in having fun at any age. It doesn't matter if you're an old granny or if you're like 10 years old. I think that there needs to stop being barriers on having fun and being yourself and enjoying the kind of wonder that youth has. And we see youth and we're like, oh, look at the good old days. And I saw this post this morning and it was like I miss the prime of playing with dolls. I miss the prime of watching cartoons. You can still do that. No one is stopping you. No one is stopping you from buying dolls. No one is stopping you from watching cartoons in the morning. You just don't do it because people have told you that you can't do that because you're an adult and you need to watch the news or whatever adult, much more mature stuff in the morning. Like, you have to watch the news. Like, no, you can watch your cartoons and you can eat your bowl of cereal with it. Like, it doesn't matter if you're 21 like me and doing that, because I don't really watch TV that often, but if I did, I would put on a cartoon in the morning and eat my cereal. Like, I would do that. But I see that all the time of just we have to put, I saw that at the age of 18, we need to stop doing this or that because now we're an adult and now we have to make we have to do more adult things. I'm just like, I don't feel like an adult. I still don't. I didn't ask to have adult things and adult responsibilities. I don't want that. I think there are, there's advantages and disadvantages of being an adult, but yeah, it's just the things we like there's these invisible barriers that like we just think like we can go through it. We can go through it. There's literally nothing stopping you, but you think there is a barrier, but there's not. But yeah, this goes into my second point, that when you are trying to kind of find yourself and kind of go on that journey, like I was talking about in the last video, I put this point again: take the time to get to know yourself again, because a lot of the time, you know, we're growing up and we're now different. So I think it is really good at like, at 18 we get to know ourselves again. At 21 we get to know ourselves again. At 25 we're gonna get to know ourselves again. At 30 we're gonna get to know ourselves again, because we're growing and we're changing. So I think like life is about learning, and it's about learning ourselves at each stage in our lives, and knowing our likes and our dislikes and what we want to be ourselves and what we want to be for ourselves. And and I think like taking just the time to kind of go inwards in yourself and be like, who is this person that I am now, and who do I want to be in the future? So yeah, I think that is what we really need to do, because a lot of people don't do that, and they don't go inwards, and they're kind of just cruising through life not knowing what they want to be for themselves and how they want to take care of themselves. And I think positive affirmation, and I'm still working on this myself too, like positive affirmations and kind of working like on kind of seeing the dark and accepting that dark, and then you can go through that light, because you're never gonna go to the light if you don't go through the dark. So that's why we need to go inward and like really channel through ourselves, because a lot of people don't do that work, and they're kind of going through life like not being able to get to that next go through that next door, because they didn't go through the dark. They didn't earn that key to the next door to go through. So yeah. And then and yeah, that was actually my next point. Like I just said, my next point was we grow so much and sometimes we lose ourselves in the plot. We are growing so much and we're not doing the inner work, and we're losing ourselves. And like I just said, some people didn't earn the key to get to that next door. So you always have to kind of work on that, and I think you will get through that. And I think I remember, I think this was like 2 years ago, there was like this book that a lot of people were talking about, and this is like with therapy and kind of like I guess like self-help. I don't really know, but it's called the Shadow Work book, and it just like helps you get through that inner self, to work through that inner self so you can shine outwardly. So yeah, I don't really know like really what category it would be in for shadow work, but I think it is like a therapeutic and a self-help kind of thing, I think. Don't quote me on that, I don't know. Okay, so yes, so once you're finished, well, there's never really finishing, but once you're kind of like at a point where you kind of found who you are and who you want to be, you need to believe in yourself, and you need to follow through on the promises to yourself and trust in yourself, because there has been plenty of times where I did not do that, and I didn't trust my own intuition. I didn't trust in, I didn't follow through in my promises that I made to myself. And I kind of like, it's just like, it's so frustrating because it's just like things don't go my way. It's because of you're not following through on the promises that you're making to yourself. You're not following the trust that you have in yourself and your intuition. You're not believing in yourself, and you're not supporting that belief in yourself. So I think when you have your work, you will have more work to do, but it's gonna be so rewarding. It's gonna be so rewarding that you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that I've gotten to a point where I can believe in myself, and I believe that I can believe in myself. And I don't know, for me, that's how it felt. Like right now I'm in that process of doing that, so I know it can work for you guys. Is that once you're kind of putting, wait, did I put that? Oh yeah, that's my next point. So I'm gonna say my next point because yeah, over time, the confidence that you have for yourself will shine, and people will start to notice, and you'll have to decide whether the people trying to enter your life is worthy of being in it. And I'm gonna kind of go, I feel like that's like 2 points in itself, so I'm gonna kind of go through both of those points. But once you start having more confidence in yourself, that will, I think, and start being like your defender and kind of advocating for yourself and that confidence, you'll really start to be able to move forward. And one thing that I will say of like being in like my kind of being myself journey and kind of being able to have that confidence and advocating for myself and for certain things, I don't know, can't really give you an example because I haven't really like needed to advocate for myself, because I have that confidence that everything, what I believe in and what I want to do, I don't need other people's approval and other people's thoughts and opinions. Like, yeah, I'll listen to you and your thought, but that thought is not going to become my thoughts anymore. I'm not going to abandon my beliefs and my opinions to fit into yours. And I've done that for so long. And I think that like if you're like me and you have ADHD, which is autism and ADHD, a lot of people have gone through that too, and kind of that mix between kind of, well, I don't know, but a lot of people can, it's kind of like not being able to think for yourself is something that I don't ever want to have in myself, because that's just the most horrible thing to me, is not being able to think for myself and having my own opinions and beliefs. And for that to be enough for me, that's like something that's very, very important. And yeah, and like also that confidence, and you're like kind of strutting your head held high, and it's not something that's cocky, and it's not something that's arrogant. It's confidence. You can tell when someone is confident, and it really, really shows. And it's very it's like very humble and kind of confidence. And you being able to have that for yourself is very, very powerful, especially if you're a woman and you're like, and having confidence in yourself is one of the most powerful things ever. And also, the thing that I said about when people start to come into your life because they're just seeing like how good like your energy is, and they just want to be a part of it, you have to decide whether they're worthy of being in your life or not. And my point for that is, I think there is a lot of things that you can do. And for me, I can see when someone is not really a good person or they don't have good vibes. So when I see that, and I'm kind of like, I kind of just push back because I don't want to be associated or a part of those kinds of people that just like are not good people at all. I don't want to be associated with it. And excuse me. And I think, and also good energy rubs off on people, and you have to also see, because bad people will love taking advantage of people who have good energy and drain that person's good energy, and they will take it. So that's why I say you really, really have to be picky and choosy on who you're surrounding yourself with, because it's like, and but also kind of being that picky and choosy. I think if you want to have a good life and good people around you and have good energy and keep having good energy, surrounding yourself with like-minded people and like-minded good energy. Surround yourself with good energy. So yes. And one of my last points is bringing that childlike wonder back into your life. And the things that I'm doing to kind of bring that childlike wonder in my life is, I'm gonna start getting dolls, and I'm gonna play with dolls. I don't know, like, it's just like, it's not childish to play with dolls. Like, I don't get why people like say that, like, oh, like you stop being so childish, like, why do you want dolls and all this stuff? Like, who cares? I'm spending my money on things that I want. It's not you. I like, people are so concerned in what other people are doing that it's just so draining and annoying. To be quite honest, it's just like, who cares? Like, who cares what I'm doing? Focus on you, and I'll focus on me. Also, another thing that I really want to do is I really just want to kind of do things that I wanted to do when I was a child, and now that I'm an adult and I have money and I'm still young, I want to do things that I wanted to do when I was a child. Like, I want to have singing lessons, I want to do like archery, I want to do like tennis. I've been like really into watching tennis. Like, I watched the not Wimbledon, the grand opening. I forgot what is it called? The Open? Something Open. I watched that on TV and I absolutely loved it. And I've been watching tennis for about, like, I would say 4 years now. So, well, on and off, but recently I've been like really into tennis, and for the past like year and a half, like, I've been really into tennis, but I've been watching it on and off for 4 years. But yeah, it's just really fun to see, and like also just doing things that your childhood self wanted to do would be so fun, like dressing how you wanted to dress as a child, and also just like kind of doing things like having tattoos. Like, I have tattoos now, and I want to get way more, but yeah. I want to get way more, but it takes some time and it takes money. So I don't know, like, there's so many other things I can't think of any more right now, but I'm sure there are plenty more things that I want to do. And yeah, that's just like really what I wanted to say. But yeah, and also I feel like being yourself and being on a kind of wait, hold on, let me look up this. Because I don't want to get this wrong. Hold on, guys. It wouldn't be a podcast episode or a video without me looking up something. So let me see. Hold on. I just want to see if this is the actual term that I want to use. Yes. Being yourself and having self-actualization is such a spiritual process, and I think that's why when you're on that journey, and also if you want your mental health to be at a better point, doing this is like inner. You need to go through your inner self, and that's why I'm saying it's such a spiritual process. And also, like, when I don't want to like really, because I don't want anybody to turn away from it, but like, I think kind of like meditating and kind of just going, like, really just like thinking, just thinking. It doesn't have to be anything specific. You could just have a moment, like 5 minutes, to just think, and or just having like some quiet time, like 10-15 minutes to just be quiet. No talking, no music, no nothing, just quiet. I think a lot of the times a lot of people, I feel like I can do this, but for some people it's so hard for people to just be in silence. It's like they have to talk, or they have to do this. Like, no, you don't. You're just not used to being in silence. Not, and you don't have to be isolated. You don't have to be in solitude. But being in silence is such a therapeutic and spiritual and just like peaceful, like having some peace. That's why I think that's a saying that we say, is having a peace of mind. Is being in silence is the essence of being in a peace of mind. So yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what self-actualization is if people don't know what it is. But yes, so self-actualization is the process of realizing one's full potential and striving for personal growth, creativity, and fulfillment. So yeah, that's why I say kind of believing yourself and self-actualization go together. But yes, so this was a very short podcast episode, but I hoped you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys have any thoughts yourself about this topic, please put them in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts, and like also to help other people kind of get into this as well. Like, put your own like helpful comments in the comments below, and then also please like this video, and also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post another video, or videos like these if you guys want to watch them. And or if you guys just like my podcast and you want to keep watching, then then hit the bell and subscribe to my channel. But yeah, also another thing that I wanted to talk about, this has nothing to do with this podcast, but last night I had this dream, and I was at the mall and I was shopping. I don't know if it was with my family or if I was with my friends, but we were shopping and we were at this like little shop, and I found this killer hat. It was like one of those, wait, hold on. I might be able to find a picture, not of the exact hat, but like of, because obviously it was a dream, but let me see if I can find it. I don't know. I'm gonna look up kind of what it would look like. Peaky. No. Okay. Hold on. It just auto-corrected, so I have to re-put. Hold on, because we had to look. It was kind of like this, but it was a little bit cuter than this. Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, this is a good example. Okay, yes, it was kind of like this this hat, and it wasn't this hat in particular, but it was the cutest hat ever, and it looked so good on me. Like, oh my gosh, I just had to tell that because like I was like, sometimes I have the most randomest dreams, but I just love the dreams that I do have that are like that, because I'm just like, oh, like I just look awesome in that hat. But yeah, I had to look up Peaky Blinders hat because that's the type of hat it was, but I was like, that's not the hat that it was. But yeah, because it had like an actual thingy on it, and yeah, but it was so cute. Ugh, I love that dream. And also, And another thing is I wanted to say I'm so happy and thankful for 40 subscribers. We finally hit 40 subscribers and I'm so happy and so thankful for you guys. And I remember when we only had 10. Like, I can't believe we got to 40. And I'm so happy and so thankful. So I just wanted to say that. But yes, this is like it. So I'm gonna go now. Bye.